So, story time for today. A couple people asked about my books, wanting to know, like, the inspiration. Look, it's my dog. She hopped up. Anyways, a couple people wanted to know, like, about the books and what my inspiration was and whatnot. So, I've written, like, really a lot of books, but only I think 4 are currently available because I still have to like rewrite and edit and all that stuff. So generally speaking, they're all connected, and but you don't necessarily have to read all of them, except for I would say the first 4 Violet books are pretty connected, so you kind of, especially the first 2, because they originally were one book, and then it was so big that I separated it into 2. So how did I get inspired to write? So I used to read a lot, and I was constantly reading, and like I would read like a book, like 1 or 2 books a week, and I love, like, cheesy vampire books. Like, I love cheesy vampire movies, shows, books, whatever. I love that stuff. And, I mean, I like good stuff, too. Not just cheesy, but just vampires in general. I love them. I always have, even since I was a little kid. Blah, blah, blah. There's the blah, blah, blah again. I'm going to try to work on that. Anyway, so I was reading a lot, and one of my frustrations was that while I found the books entertaining, they never did what I wanted them to do. Like, the characters never went where I wanted them to go, or I didn't get out of the books what I had hoped to get, and so it was, like, enjoyable to read, but also, like, aggravating because I wasn't getting what I wanted. And so anyways, one night I had this dream that was super, super, like, involved. And that's how my dreams are. Like, a lot of them are very, like, movie-like I'm watching a film. So I had this dream one night about this girl and her friends. And, of course, in the dream it was me and my friends, but I want to make it clear that I do not base characters off of real people. There might be some slight inspiration occasionally, but they are their own people. So I hate when people like look for meaning in things that's not there, or like, oh, you know, looking for things that aren't there. Like, the characters are the characters. They're not me. They're not random other people. Anyways, so anyhow, I had this dream one night about this girl and her friends, and they were all hanging out, met these vampires, blah, blah, blah. And so I woke up the next morning, and I was telling Mike this dream because it was so detailed. It was literally like watching a movie, and I was like, I should just try writing that. Because it was so long and so detailed that I was like, you know, I like to write, so I guess I'm going to just go for it. So I wrote Violet Violet in like a couple months, and it really didn't take me long at all. I worked on it every single night, and like for hours. I would stay up until like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning working on this, and of course I'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning for work, so I was going on like no sleep, and that's kind of how it is. Like, I literally could just write and write and write. Even now, but I don't have that luxury anymore because I have a little boy that takes up, you know, his fair share of time. And I will never sacrifice my family time for my own personal endeavors. So if I'm recording or writing or doing these or whatever, it's on my time. It's never when Dirk's around, because I don't believe in putting my needs above my family. So anyways, so I wrote the book, and it was originally released on Publish America, and if you know anything about that publisher, it's like kind of a scam because they make most of their money by selling to their own authors, blah, blah, blah. There's blah, blah, blah again. And like years later, I got out of that contract, and then that's when I like re-edited the book and separated it into 2. Now all my stuff is available on Amazon. And it's probably always going to be that way because I would rather self-publish unless somebody's going to hand me like a huge check or handle every like bit of everything for me. I like having 100% control over my content, whether it's good or bad, it's my content, and I like to be in control of the covers and whatever. So, and shout out to Mr. Serra, who does my covers for me, because he's an absolute angel, a brilliant artist. I could not be more overwhelmed by what he's done for me. And he's awesome. And check out our side project, Secondary Nerve. It's available on Bandcamp. It's really a pretty album. Anyways, so yeah, so that was the inspiration for Violet, and the stories have just kind of grown from there. A lot of them have stemmed from a dream I've had, or like an idea, and I have so many books written that I just need to finish up and edit and then release. And I really hope that you guys will check them out, because I love them, and I sell them for as cheap as Amazon will let me, because it's more important for me to read them. And I don't know why. I mean, I guess it shouldn't matter to me if people read it or not, right? Because it makes me happy, but people want their stuff read. Anywho, thank you so much for listening. I don't know if this was interesting. If you have any more questions about the characters or the stories, feel free to write comments below. And my nose is running. Damn allergies. Anyhow, I love you guys, and I hope that this was interesting. And again, leave comments or whatever. I will talk to you soon. Oh, I'm going to put a link too to Amazon, so you can get my books and read them. I give them away occasionally too, so like whatever. Keep an eye out for that, or they're cheap anyways. Anyways, bye. Bye.